Hi, and welcome to the first meeting for our Community Advisory Group here in Milwaukee County with ERA's Senior Network. My name is Gabby Huff. I'm the volunteer director here at ERA's, so I work on everything volunteer related. And Frida, unfortunately, wasn't able to join us, Frida Wright, but she is the program manager for the Harambe neighborhood. And we'll be working alongside me and all of you as we get this community advisory group up off the ground. So I just wanted to kind of jump in with a little bit of a reminder about what ERAS does, who we are, and if you are here, you may already be familiar with this, but we will just do a little refresher. So the mission of ERAS is to engage and support older adults to live meaningful lives in their independent spaces, and to really empower them to be living the life they want to live. We want to be that leader in the nonprofit space for creating and supporting the communities where older adults feel embraced, where we can coordinate services through collaborative partnerships, and we can really encourage that intergenerational piece of volunteering to get everyone connected to people they may not always get to connect to. So Milwaukee County is only one county that ERAS works with, but this group will be focused on Milwaukee County. So what services do we provide in Milwaukee County? We provide transport services, which is by far and away our most in-demand service. Things like medical appointments, so everything from medication management appointments to a general physical to dialysis or other treatments that seniors depend on. Errands to the bank or to the pharmacy. And we also do grocery shopping both for and with our clients. So some volunteers will take them with if they'd like to do the shopping together. Others will shop for them if they're homebound or maybe are not wanting to go out for risk of, illness or something like that. We've also just started our Medicare assistance program. So this has been a really cool little program that our RSVP, retired and senior volunteer program volunteers, are helping with. We are just starting a small cohort that is working with the county on helping newly eligible older adults who may not know how to navigate the Medicare sign up process. There's a lot of different parts to it and all the different pieces that are kind of difficult to understand. So their role is to get some really formidable training on these pieces with the county, and then help the county staff to meet with these older adults who are trying to work their way through the process to really get them where they need to go and make sure they understand what they're doing. So they're coming out of training soon. They're doing about hours of training, about a month worth of training to make sure that they're up on the information they need to be helpful. So we also do seasonal yard cleanup. It is a program we run in the fall and the spring, and this is essentially just helping out with some of those tasks that have to be done if you own a home, and maybe physically that's not an option for some of our older adults. So it's just helping with a little bit of that seasonal upkeep to make sure they can still stay living comfortably in their homes. We also do Stop Senior Frauds and Scams presentations. And so these are really targeted at trying to bring knowledge to the community and disrupt those scams that are out there. We've all heard them, the IRS scams and Social Security scam calls that call or email or ask you for information to try and take advantage of your position. And so we really want to get out into the community and try to educate people as much as possible about those scams so that they can't fall victim to them. Our friendly phone call program encourages social support. it really allows a volunteer to build a relationship with a client on a human level, to learn about each other, and to kind of mutually benefit from that relationship. So a volunteer will call weekly or at whatever frequency they've agreed upon with the client, and they chat. They get to know each other, they share what's going on in their lives, and it's a really beneficial program for seniors who, in particular, housebound older adults. It's really beneficial for them in their mental health. And then finally, minor home repairs is also something we do. We don't take on any big projects or anything that requires specialization, that sort of thing. We are going to refer out to an organization that's better equipped to handle it. But certainly we will help you replace a light bulb or repair a door handle, something like that, that maybe doesn't require the big guns. We can kind of help out with ourselves. So you're probably also asking, right, what is the purpose of this advisory group? And really it is to help us get out there in the community. ARES began coordinating services in Milwaukee County in 2019, and then the pandemic hit. And I don't think I need to tell you how difficult that made community building and outreach and all those sorts of things, especially in this population of older adults. We really wanted to help them traverse this pandemic without putting them at risk. And for older adults, sometimes that means that they're not out and there's no one to outreach to because they're home staying safe. And it's something we wanted to support. So what we would really like to do with this group is kind of start pushing the bounds of that. We want to get to know your circles, right? Get ourselves out there so that we can truly help the people that would benefit from our services, and also give the opportunity to volunteer to folks who want to engage in their community and want to help their neighbors, right? This is a really unique opportunity volunteer-wise because, of all the volunteer programs that I have worked with, it's super flexible, right? You don't need to go into a center or sign up for a shift or, have those sorts of things, right? You don't need to take on a whole group of youth. All you have to do is jump in your car and give a couple hours, and you can really help someone, or pick up the phone and make a friendly phone call. And you are doing good for this community, for this population of older adults. So it's something we really want to get out there. I think it would be a great fit for a lot of people in the community as far as volunteer opportunities. So we want your help with that, right? We want you to help us connect, to help us get our voice out there, our services out there. And also on the other side of that, right, we would like to have someone who has their finger on the pulse of the community, help us to understand what the community needs now, help to keep us up to date on, ideas and prevailing thoughts. If we think there's something we maybe want to do, we always want to run it past someone who knows whether or not it would be helpful, right? Because if it's not helpful to the community, then there's no point to do it. So we really just want to be responsive to the communities that we serve. And we're hoping that this is going to be a really good way for us to do that. So what is the commitment like? Well, we would really like this group to be shaped by community need, by your ideas, by the connections that we're able to form and the folks we're able to bring on board. So we'd like to turn over some of the creativity to you and really see what ideas you might have to get ARES connected to where we really need to be serving the community the best we can. So we're thinking we will probably hold meetings on a monthly basis. So it won't be, it's a pretty reasonable commitment. And we kind of um, think this next little bit will take a little bit longer than a month just to let everyone kind of get used to the idea and marinate a little bit. Um, and so we'll meet next in March. And really the next step would be, are you interested? Do you want to join? Do you want to really help us connect to the community and try to get those avenues opened up so we can get those services out to folks and get those volunteer opportunities out to folks? Um, so, if you have any questions, my contact information will be on the email that I send out next. And we certainly want to hear your ideas and your thoughts. So please feel free to reach out to myself or to Frida with any of those opinions, thoughts, ideas. And we will see you in March for the next meeting. Thanks, everybody.